Hour A.
Hey, I'm Victoria.
And I'm Emily, and here's a little bit about Jackson to start this program out. Andrew Jackson, a strange and wild man who will soon make American history, lost his first running for president and was very unpopular in his second running when he finally was elected president.
Andrew Jackson was a self-made, complex man. Even though he was very unpopular, some supporters admired his ability to lead others. He knew that Americans needed change.
And that's exactly what he did during his term.
You are the worst president ever. Your ideas are horrible.
All I wanted to do was help. I made roads so farmers could get to markets easier.
But you didn't make any for the rest of us. And what about your ideas for the university and stuff? Useless.
I was supporting the arts.
The only reason you won re-election is because you went against Adams.
So what's wrong with that?
No one likes him. He's some aristocrat who only cares for high-class people.
Whatever, I am so out of here.
He's still sticking.
Hey Garrett, can you help me break down the election map of 1828?
Yes, I can. Did you know Andrew Jackson won over John Quincy Adams, our former president, by outnumbering him at the polls?
In fact, didn't Jackson make more votes from common people like farmers and city workers from the West and South?
Yes, and Adams received most of his votes from more upper-class industrial workers in the northeastern part of the U.S. But to his disadvantage, at that time, there was a lot more farming in rural areas in the U.S.
Okay, so if Adams got more city votes and Jackson got more country votes, why did New York and Maine split?
They split because New York and Maine both have many cities and a lot of country. So the more rural areas chose Jackson and cities, those.
Okay, bye.
Hi, I'm reporter Sarah. Andrew Jackson was born in a log cabin on the frontier. Both parents died before he was 15. He was lean but a strong fighter. Andrew showed his toughness by joining the Patriots in the American Revolution at age 13. Jackson was told to shine an official's shoes. When he refused, the official slashed his face. That memory stayed with Jackson the rest of his life. Later, Jackson studied law and moved to Tennessee and set up a successful law practice. In his 20s, he was elected to Congress. This man helped America win many battles. When Jackson became president, his opponents scarcely called him King Andrew. But Jackson had another name, Sharp Knife. The Creeks called him this because he did not give up their land. Also, he was a strong president and expanded the powers of the presidency.
Hi, I'm reporter Rose. In 1828, people from Maine to Louisiana expect reform. Dismissing more than 200 previous presidential appointees after taking office, Jackson replaced them with his own supporters. For many years, Jackson was accused of rewarding Democrats who helped elect him instead of choosing qualified men for the job. But Jackson simply replied that he was serving democracy by letting more citizens take part in government. Many citizens were not happy with his choice. Jackson thought this would prevent a small group of wealthy men from controlling the government like many had done before. Jackson also believed that ordinary Americans couldn't fulfill government jobs. Once, one Jackson reporter explained that Jackson's system another way. To the victor belong the spoils, he declared. In this case, spoils are profits or benefits. Now from then on, the practice of rewarding supporters with government jobs, as Jackson did, became known as the spoils system.
Hi, I'm reporter Emily. Jackson rewarded a number of his supporters with cabinet jobs. However, few qualified for the positions. Only Secretary of State was qualified. Jackson relied on a group of unofficial advisors to communicate with the cabinet. They included Democratic leaders and newspaper editors. The group became known as the Kitchen Cabinet because Jackson met with them in the White House kitchen.
Hi, I'm Mr. Biddle. And I'm Andrew Jackson. I think the Bank of the United States is too powerful and unconstitutional. You're just jealous because I have more money and power than you do.
You only have more power because the bank controls loans made by the state banks.
I've been the president of the bank since 1823, and I haven't seen a problem with it.
The cutbacks angered farmers and merchants who borrowed money to buy land or finance new businesses.
We were worried that you might try and destroy the bank.
You sent 2 Whig senators, Henry Clay and Daniel Webster. They thought of a way to save the bank and to destroy them.
But the Whigs believed most Americans supported the Bank of the United States.
I was sick when I heard that Congress had renewed the bank's charter. Then I said, the bank is trying to kill me, but I will kill it first.
But then you vetoed the bank's bill.
I have 2 reasons for my veto. I declare it unconstitutional, and I feel that the bank helps aristocrats at the expense of common people.
We chose Henry Clay to run against you in the election of 1832.
I won the election, but since the bank's charter didn't expire for several years, I told the Secretary of Treasury to stop putting government money in the bank, and with the loss of the federal money, the bank closed in 1836.
Well, we Southerners hate the tariff of abomination. It makes imported goods move much more expensive, and we thought tariffs were unconstitutional.
I also agree with the Southerners. I also claim for the state to nullify it. My idea is called nullification. The state had final authority because they had created the federal government.
I disagree with the both of y'all. The Constitution united American people, not just the state. The states had the right to nullify federal laws. The nation would fall apart.
I'm tired of this. I disagree so much I resigned from office of Vice President.
On behalf of Congress, we passed a new tariff. It will lower the rate slightly.
Well, South Carolina is still not satisfied.
Well, since so many people do not like the tariff, we were going to pass the Nullification Act. This is declaring the new tariff illegal. The Congress also threatened to secede from the Union if challenged.
But Andrew Jackson is furious.
Well, he made Congress pass a forced bill. It allowed Andrew Jackson to use the Army to enforce the tariff.
This stinks that we have to leave just because Jackson passed the Indian Removal Act, which forced us 15,000 Cherokees to find new land.
Yeah, and thousands of us have already died. How many more are going to die, do you think?
I don't know, but this is really sad.
I know, my wife still hasn't stopped crying.
And to think, all this started when we won our rights from Georgia.
Yeah, and you know what we should call this?
What?
The Trail of Tears.
Van Buren, the nation plunged into deep economic depression because of you. The depression increased when cotton prices went down because of a surplus. What do you have to say about that?
Well, ever since we started selling the land in the West without a national bank, state banks have had to print more money to meet the demand.
It's a good thing that former President Jackson was alarmed at the wild expectation of the land. To slow it down, he ordered that everyone buy with gold and silver. You done little, and the depression's still on. We still hate you.
That's it for Hour A.
It's over.
We're done.
That's it for now.
Adios.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Toodles.
Ta-ta.
Ciao.
Hasta la vista. The end.